What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to check out this 2025 Hyundai Sonata N-Line. This one's finished off in transmission blue, so it's actually a blue color with the pearl flake. However, it does come off as a nice gray color, so really cool looking. MSRP on this one is $36,800. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what is going to be powering this sporty mid-size sedan. So from here we can just grab the latch, and then we have the gas struts to pop it open. You're going to find a 2.5 liter inline turbocharged motor. It is a 4-cylinder, of course, pumping out 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Got an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. 0 to 60 is around 5.5 seconds. And then curb weight is 3,500 pounds with a 15.9 gallon fuel tank. With that, you can expect 23 miles per gallon in the city and 32 on the highway. Moving to the styling, this is a pretty cool looking car. When it's all driving, this whole thing will light up in a nice white color. Of course, this is your turn signal as well, so half of it will be amber. The actual headlights are down below, tucked away into the design. Got a cutout right here to allow some airflow, and then I like this satin gray color leading towards that massive grille. You have an opening to provide cooling to the intercooler and radiators, safety sensor as well. You can see more of the mesh and then the contrast all throughout it. Cool looking car, definitely stands out comparing it to the competition. I think it's a pretty neat looking mid-size overall, especially the N-Line gives it that performance look. Got some sharp body lines throughout the hood leading towards the windshield, and then on the side you got the N-Line badge and even a turn signal all integrated. Nice set of wheels finished in the satin black. You got the two-tone color as well. These are 19-inch diameter, and then you can see some more of this trim down below leading into the whole side skirt. More sharp body lines throughout the side profile, black on the mirror caps, two-tone for the door handles, and then there is a full panoramic roof up above. For the side profile, has a nice look to it. I definitely like the proportions. I think it's really sharp looking, and these sharp lines cutting towards the taillights give it a good style. All that leads into this rear section where it goes up to the lip spoiler finished in the black color, and I like how the taillights are connecting with that LED bar. It looks really neat. You got your logos all throughout it, backup camera, trunk button, and then some of this satin gray color down below. You can see the quad exhaust tips as well. Super sharp styling all throughout it. Definitely a pretty sweet looking vehicle. From here, for the cargo space, there's a button on the spoiler. You can press, spring assisted, it'll pop open. And we have a lot of space in here, nice and flat, very wide floor. And then as you can tell with the seats down, gives you a pretty good opening into everything. Got one handle over here, can close that one up, and then going through these doors, we can pop this open and you're gonna have a nice flat folding seat with a big opening into the back. From here, if we pull these up, this can seat 3 people. We also have the armrest and cup holders that'll pop downwards. We have air vents, USB-Cs, and then the storage net on the one side. You can see some plastic trim and then this nice vinyl material with all the red stitching. And then if I go ahead and hop inside at 5'11", it's a pretty roomy car. My legs fit really nicely, plenty of headroom, good recline too for the back, and the bases honestly support my legs really well. This is a good sized mid-sized car, and I love this interior. You got the micro suede, smooth leather type material, and then the red stitching all throughout it, and that panoramic roof. Heading on to the front seats now. You have the smart key, of course, where you can lock and unlock it. And then similar materials, a little bit more soft touch up above, and then all the same vinyl material with the stitching. All of your controls, a Bose audio, and then this has power controls for the seats. Once again, I love the design to it, really cool. Nice bolsters too, so it's a sporty looking car for a really affordable price point. So for a sub $40,000 car, pretty cool overall. Now inside, let's fire it up. Engine will turn on. Got the nice wraparound screen, which is a pretty cool look. And then I love all the red accents throughout it. On the steering wheel, you have the perforations and the smooth leather, red stitching, the 4 little bumps, and then there are paddle shifters as well. On the left side, we have some cruise control settings for forward pacing, lane keeping. You also have this icon that you can scroll through what you see up in the front. So pretty nice to see a good animation there. You have your digital layout for everything. Some more audio controls over here, and then of course stock on the right side for windshield wipers. Your drive select is here. Got reverse, drive, and park, and then the turn signal over on the left with headlights. Down below that, you have one of your air vents. We have interior dimming, the e-brake, trunk, and traction control, and then kind of like a carbon fiber look plastic material. Got some more of the stitching, soft touch all throughout the upper dash. Really nice design. A little bit of the plastic material, and then I love the red stripe. So for the multimedia screen, basically what you're used to seeing on all the modern Hyundais, I do like these larger tiles. I think it's a really good look. Looks pretty nice overall. You can view all sorts of different things within the car. So pretty simple. Going into reverse, you got a nice size backup camera. You can configure a few different views, and then just tapping the P, we're back into park. You are going to see some ambient lighting under the screen, and then a bunch of different shortcuts for the screen. So we can easily go into the map, a few other things going up. You have a dedicated screen down below for all climate control. You can toggle your dual zone temperature, fan speed, zones, defrost. You have physical volume track over on the right. And then there's a bunch of different plugs down below with wireless charging and a lot of storage all throughout the center. Now there are drive modes in this car. You can toggle between the 3 of them as a nice look to everything. And then you can have a shortcut for the cameras, auto hold, more of the stitching, and some storage underneath the armrest. Glove box, pretty good bucket as expected. And then one last look at the interior. Honestly, this is a really nice car, maybe better than all the competition. You know, the Camry and the Accord are great options, but this, gosh, this is really, really loaded for same kind of money. So this is definitely nice. Panoramic roof, all these controls, and then a nice thin mirror. All right, so setting off now in the Sonata. I've got to say, this thing is quick. Even short shifting at like 4,000 RPM, this thing moves. That turbo power is insane. In sport mode with the paddle shifters taking manual control, this is actually a fun car to drive. And honestly, the price point, this is blowing my mind. When you compare this to the competition, I mean, it's not hard to spend 38 grand on a loaded up Camry or Accord. Quite honestly, after driving both of those vehicles, which are great, this has definitely got way more power and more character, I would say. So this is something else. Obviously, you can get the hybrids in this that will match more on par with what Hondas and Toyotas offer. But this N-Line is something that the competition is not offering. This is sporty and fun to drive. The transmission is lightning quick. Gosh, this is a cool car for the money. And it's still economical, even being a more sporty and performance-focused car. So with that said, using the buttons, using everything on the interior, it's pretty simple. I don't mind this touchscreen panel. I like at least how I have the dials I can easily adjust. The touchscreen itself, you do still have to take your eyes off the road a little bit to kind of see what's going on down there. But you end up getting used to it, and then all of this screen and everything really isn't all too crazy to get used to either. So it's a pretty normal, pretty easy car to drive overall. But I think the biggest thing you're gonna notice is just the fact that this has power. I mean, we're just not even flooring it, and yet you can overtake cars easily. You can squeal the tires pretty easily as well, especially being front wheel drive. But wow, this has a fun factor for being a normal daily driver at the same time. Gosh, you could actually have fun in this. That is crazy. So with that said, let's tone it down to just normal mode, automatic and everything. And yeah, pretty comfortable. This isn't the best road. You can kind of hear the road noise. I wouldn't say this is the most refined driving car. This isn't a luxury car. It feels really nice and pretty refined on the interior. It's no BMW or Audi, but at that same time, for under 40 grand, I'd say this is a pretty quiet and confident ride. This is something I could just drive for hours and hours on the highway and just not even think about it. So I feel like overall, as a driver's perspective, this is a great daily. It's comfortable. The seat supports me really nicely. I have plenty of room at 5'11" with headroom. My legs feel nice. I can, of course, adjust everything even more. Visibility is all good over your left and right shoulder. No complaints there. The use of the transmission is actually pretty easy using this stock. Sometimes you might go for your windshield wipers. That has happened in the Hyundais we've had as press cars, but nonetheless, you end up getting used to how it all works. Camera's pretty good, HD graphics. And the car itself, it's got a pretty good footprint, good turning circle as well. Can't quite do a full 3-point turn in this exact section. But if you want a midsize sedan that is fun to drive with some power, Hyundai might be the best choice.